Good morning, my name is Cindy, and I'm going to take you through a very gentle bunch of stretches. Basically, we're going to be on the mat, either lying down, seated, or hands and knees. If you need something to make your knees comfortable when we're on our knees, go ahead and get that now. I would recommend a set of blocks and a strap. You may or may not need them depending on your flexibility, but they're nice to have when you do. This is Otis, and this dog here is Livy, both rescue dogs, and don't really know personal space, so don't mind them. We're going to start in a supported fish. Now I like to start in this position because it is very nice for as a chest opener. It's supported fish, so you're going to need two blocks. The second block may be up on its end, but we're going to start here and hope this works. This first block's for your mid-back, your thoracic area, and your bum goes on the floor. A lot of people try to sit on this block. That's okay, but that's not what we're doing. This is a little easier for the ladies. Ladies, the bottom of the block goes right at your bra strap. Gentlemen, if you've ever worn a heart rate monitor, it's right at the heart rate monitor area. If not, find the bottom of your rib and the bottom of your shoulder blade. That line in the middle, is where the block starts. So come all the way down onto your first block and then bring your head to the second block. You want to feel supported. You do want to feel that your chest is lifted up because this is a chest opener. And then you're going to bring your legs to the outside edges of your mat. You're going to bring your arms out to the side. Your palms are up. You should feel very sacrificial in this position. What you're looking for here is that you do feel supported in your upper back. The block is not digging into your back. So if it's too far down past your rib cage, it's going to dig into that tender flesh on your sides. You want to make sure your head is level, if not tipped back slightly. If that is too much for your neck and makes your neck uncomfortable, by all means, you're going to bring the block up a little higher. But we are looking for an opening. And to get that opening, you need your head to kind of be level, if not back. If you have the flexibility, hold on, Otis, you're welcome to get rid of that second block and let your head rest on the floor. If that is too much and you're not ready, you're not ready. Big breath in through your nostrils. Exhale out through your nostrils. As you feel the stretch in your pecs start to lessen, you're going to take micro movements, bringing your arms up a little higher. These are small movement patterns. A lot of people go from 1 to 7 inch difference. That's a lot to ask of your pec, and it's a lot to ask of your mid-back. So if your thoracic spine, your mid-back is starting to fire, get crampy, you went too far. It's okay, just kind of back off and relax here. Use your directional breathing. Bring your breath in. Send it to those tight areas, either it's your mid-back or your pec. As you exhale, send that tension out. As you feel the stretch in your pecs dissipate, you're just going to bring your arms up a little higher. If they're still really tight and tender, you don't need to move them. Breathe through the tension. Big, full, deep breaths. Take inventory of the body. And do so without judging it. As you feel the stretch dissipate or subside, you're welcome to bring your arms up a little bit higher. From the knuckles to your elbows, you want your forearm, lower arm resting on the floor. 2 more breaths in this position. And gently bring your arms down by your sides and bend your knees. We're going to do the very ungraceful thing of trying to get off the blocks without sitting up. So you're just going to roll over to the side, and then you're just going to move the blocks out of your way. It doesn't have to be cute. And then make your way back onto your back, nice and flat. If you're having trouble getting your head to the floor, just for any tightness you may have, you can rest your head on a block or ideally a small pillow or a rolled up towel. Your knees are bent. I want you to windshield wiper your knees side to side. You're going for range of motion, so let the legs come all the way over. Maybe you push your top hip forward and your top knee down gently. Relax and come over to the other side. Push your top hip forward and your top knee down. Again, each side. And then end in the center. You're going to bring your knees in and hug them to your chest. Now, instead of bringing the knees in together and pulling them in, I want you to bring the knees to the prospective shoulders. So hug the knees in, either on top of the knee or under the knee. And then you can rock side to side, or you can hold still. If you're rocking, maybe you want to change where your knees are. It'll press a different part of your low back into the mat, give you a little massage. Or just hold still. And then we'll release and move into a happy baby. You can grab the outside edges of your feet. You can grab the tops of your shins. You can even hold behind your knees if grabbing further up creates tension that you don't need in your neck and shoulders. This is another one of those poses, happy baby, where you can hold still or gently rock. One important thing you want to remember in happy babies, you're not trying to push your hips anywhere. You're not trying to push your hands anywhere. The tension created in whatever part of your body you're holding is the only tension that should be there. And then we're going to find stillness, and we're going to release both of our legs back to a bent knee. We're now going to grab our strap. Open up your strap. If you have a loop in the end, you can use the loop. What we're going to do is we're going to put the strap on the bony structure of your foot. When you're barefoot, you're going to use the bony structure of the heel or the ball of the foot. When you're in a shoe, you'll put the strap on the arch of the foot just to keep it from sliding off. But try to avoid putting the strap on your tender fascia of the arch when doing barefoot stretches. Once you have the loop set up or the strap set up in your foot, I want you to extend your left leg all the way to the floor. All right, Otis. All right, Otis, you're in the way. Go lay down. And then you're going to gently pull on your straps, pulling the leg up and over the body as far as it's going to go. Now, the most important part here is that you feel this in your hamstring. This is the belly of the back of your thigh. If you're feeling it behind your knee, because your leg is super, super straight, you need to bend it. We need to take the stretch out of the soft tissue behind the knee. We need to move it into the belly of the muscle. So if you're really, really tight, you might have a deep bend in your knee. And guess what? That's fine. This isn't about what it looks like. This is about what it feels like. And if you're just trying to get a shape, a look, you may not get the stretch you need. You may not have the effect on the muscle we're looking for, which is to simply stretch it and lengthen it. Whenever you're holding a stretch, you want to focus on a deep, smooth, full breath, in through the nose, out through the nose. You're going to bring the straps together and you're going to put them in your right hand only. And I like to wrap it around my arm just a bit and hold on to it just so that I don't have to grip so much. Keeping your leg exactly where it is over the body. It doesn't matter if this is where your leg is. Wherever it is, you're going to choke up on the strap. And don't allow the strap to leave the hand or loosen from the hand. Simply come out to the right side. Keep your left hip down. If you allow your hip to come over, all you're doing is rolling over it. And we need an anchor point, and this will be your left hip down. Your right arm going out, the right leg going out. Now you're going to get a hamstring and inner thigh stretch. Full deep breaths. And then we're going to gently come back up to the center. We're going to switch sides. You can do it any way you want. I like to just take it with my left foot, set it up, and then immediately bring my right leg nice and long. Oh, Otis is in a fine form today. Grab those straps, soften the knee, bring the straps closer to you as you pull and find the hamstring stretch for the left side. Again, making sure it's in the belly of the muscle. Holding your stretch, breathing deeply. So Otis is about to be 11 years old. We adopted him a little over a year ago, and he's an odd duck, but we love him. He's a wonderful dog. I don't think he had it so good in the beginning, so he's got a couple little neurotic things going on, but he can get very playful, making us forget that he's 11, or soon to be 11. Put the straps in your left hand, choke up. If you need to wrap them around your hands, that's fine. And then gently bring the leg out to the side, keeping your right hip anchored so that you get a stretch in your hamstring and inner thigh. There we go, he got out of the way. Nice, deep, full breath. And then gently come back up to center. Release the strap and just let it rest to your sides. We're going to bend our knees again. Hug them into your chest and then gently rock side to side or hold still. Both are accessible. Both are great. You're just going to pick the one you like. Sometimes just hugging is all you need. Release your feet down. Extend your left leg. Bring your right knee in. Give it a hug into the shoulder it belongs to. So right knee towards the right shoulder. And then put the knee in your left hand. And I want you to spinal twist over to the left. Look over at your right hand. You want to keep your right shoulder anchored as you make your spinal twist. Hi, boo. And then gently come back up to center. Send your right leg long. Hug your left knee in towards the shoulder it belongs to. So left knee, left shoulder. Hug the knee with your right hand. Bring your left arm out to the side. Spinal twist over to the right. Over to the right. There you go, Otis. Oh, you're needy today, aren't you, buddy? Hi, boo. That's all right. You can look over at your left hand. It helps you anchor your left shoulder. It's not really how far the leg goes. It's that you have your anchor and you find your twist. If you let your knee come all the way down and your shoulder come up, you're probably getting more of a pec stretch, which is a great stretch, but not what we're looking for right now. Right? Come back up to center. Bend both knees. Windshield wiper your knees side to side. And then gently roll to your side and press yourself up into a seated position. Once you're up in your seated position, you're gonna sit up nice and tall with your legs crossed. Hi. Oh, you're super needy. All right, so we're gonna sit up nice and tall. This is Sukhasana. Come here, lay down. Legs crossed, knees out to the sides. You can sit on a block, you can sit on a blanket or towel. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start with some body circles. So I want you to just make little circles, hold onto your knees, little circles with your torso. And then you're gonna stop wherever you are, and you're gonna gently go to the other side. And then you're gonna stop and hold still. Bring your arms down by your sides. Inhale your arms up, and then exhale, extend your arms long, relax your shoulders down. On your next inhale, lengthen your spine. On your next exhale, forward fold. All right, Boo, you need to move and come forward. So you're only coming as far forward as you can to bring your hands to the floor. Once your hands are on the floor, it's your anchor. You're gonna inhale, lengthen your spine, tuck your chin. On your exhale, you're gonna see if you can walk your hands further forward. Come on, Boo, you gotta move. You got to move, yeah. If you can get your forearms to the floor, that's great. But if you're rounding your back to get your head down, I need you to lengthen your spine and tuck your chin. We want our backs nice and straight. Now, if you have a mirror or something that reflects your image and you want to take a look, most of us are like me, I'm in my basement, there's nothing to look at. But you want to have a lifted torso and a straight spine. You want to avoid that humped over, sort of rounded back in the stretch. Gently come up nice and tall, bring your legs out wide. So don't go so wide that the outsides of your hips start to fire. If you did, just bring them in. This isn't about being super wide or proving that you can sit up super wide. What we want to do is make sure our pelvic girdle is in a neutral position. So if you're tipped back, I need you to put your hands behind your back, and I need you to bring yourself to that nice, tall, upright position. In this tall, upright position, you probably have all the stretch you need. If you can handle more, and you can hold this neutral position in the hip by letting go, you're going to bring your hands in front. You're going to inhale, lengthen your spine, gently tuck your chin, and then exhale, walk your hands forward. Once you're forward with your lifted spine, you feel all the stretch you need in your hamstrings and the back of your thighs, which is your hamstrings, and your inner thigh, which is what I meant to say. Each inhale is a lengthen, decompressing. Each exhale is a deepening of the stretch, increasing the tension you feel in the inner thigh and the hamstring. Make sure your toes are pointing to the sky. As you feel length coming to those legs, you can gently press deeper. Just make sure you're not rounding your torso to get there. And then gently walk yourself up. We're going to bring both legs together. Once you bring both legs together, sitting up tall, toes to the sky, soften in your knees, making sure it's super important that your hips are neutral. So if you're sitting here and you're really tight, you're going to start to cave back in the hip. If that is you, don't judge it. Just bring yourself into that lifted position and feel the stretch. This is going to help lengthen your spine. If you give into that fold and all you do is round over in your upper body, all you're going to do is strain your mid-back. And what we're looking for is more length in your hamstring. So if you can sit up nice and tall and you do not need the assistance and you can let go and your torso stays in that neutral, your hips stay in that neutral position, you're going to inhale, lengthen your spine, tuck your chin, and then you're going to come forward, belly towards the thigh, chest towards the knees. Now, you can put your hands on the floor next to your legs, lengthening your spine so it's nice and straight, exhaling, trying to get the belly to the thigh, feeling the stretch in the back of the hamstring. If you feel it in the knees, you might need to soften your knees a bit to take it out of that soft tissue and move it into the muscle. Watch that your toes don't cave, curl in. Your feet don't curl. And you can hold on to your shins. You can hold on to your feet as long as you're not humping your back to get there. And I even recommend using straps. Now, when you use the strap, it goes on the bony structure. And it's great because it allows you to sit up really tall and then pull your torso in. Pull your torso in, right, Oders? And then gently release. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cross our ankles and we're going to come into a table position. Table position, hands underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. If you need any extra comfortable structure underneath your knees to protect your knee joints, this is when you're going to do so. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with some cat-cows. Inhale, let your belly drop as your gaze goes forward. When you exhale, round through your upper back, let your head hang heavy. Move through that cat-cow at the pace of your breath, not mine. One more full inhale and exhale. And then find your way into your neutral spine. At the end of your exhale, gaze at the mat. If you need to look up to see what's happening, that's fine. Bring your right arm out to the side, pointing to the side of your space. Inhale, rotate your fingers to the sky as far as they'll go gently. And then as you exhale, I want you to thread your needle. Bring your right arm through your hand and leg, and then lower down all the way to the right side of your head and shoulder. And then gently press into your left hand and gently stack your hips over your knees. You want to use your left side, left hand, and your knees to help engage the stretch, and your right arm sort of relaxed. It doesn't have to do much. This is a nice thoracic twist. Spend a lot of time hunched over devices, whether you're reading, working on electronics, or documents, tasks of any kind. You tend to get a little tense in the thoracic area. So you're going to press into your left hand to come up. You're going to bring your right fingers back up to the sky, reveling in how much further you went, and then find your way back to table. All right, I'm just turning so I can see you when I get down there. In this table position, now we're on the left side. Bring your left arm out to the side. Inhale your fingers all the way to the sky, and then exhale, thread your needle. Come all the way through. Lower to the left side of your head and shoulder, and then press your right hand down gently, and then restack the hips over the knees, because often we're going to shift to find ease, and I want you to gently press into that nice aligned position so that you can, there you go, boo, so that you can feel the stretch. Now, normally Otis is lying down. He doesn't move. But today he is full of energy. One more breath. We're going to press our right hand down, lift up. As you come up, I want you to bring your fingers to the sky and then come back down to table. We're going to widen the knees for a wide knee child's pose. Bring the toes together and sit back. You're only going to go as far back as you can handle, specifically your knees, and then bring your arms forward and allow your head to rest on the floor. Now, if going all the way down is way too much for your knees, just come up a bit. Bring your forearms down and rest your head. If you come up a lot, bring your knees in just a bit. So this turns it more into a puppy pose. Your forearms are down, resting your head. Now, this is super important that you are resting your head on the floor, not resting on your head. One of them is the force in the neck. All right, you need to lay down. Otis, lay down. There we go. We got one more breath here. And then press yourself up all the way onto your belly. Once you're on your belly, line up your legs, tops of the feet flat. Bring your hands back by your rib cage. You can either rest your chin or your forehead on the floor. We're going to gently press ourselves up into a cobra position. So hands down by your rib cage. Inhale, open and roll your chest and shoulders back. Inhale, press up. This is a baby cobra. And then exhale, lower. Your elbows must point to the back of the room. Your hands must be by your rib cage, not underneath your shoulders. On your next inhale, press yourself up. You should feel fairly light. If you feel heavy, you might be going too high. Exhale as you lower. Inhale, press up. You will go higher with the same effort if you just offer your body a little patience, a little kindness. Inhale, press up. And exhale, lower. We'll do one more. Inhale, press up. Exhale, lower. Now you're going to curl your toes, press your knees down, engage your core. We're going to lift up through one cobra and then press up into a table position. From this position, bring your knees in a little closer and gently sit yourself back on your hips. Now, a lot of people are going to be like, yeah, that's awful. I don't like that at all. If that is you, you can either come all the way up or grab a block. I'm just going to turn so you can see. There's a couple ways you can place your blocks down and stack them and just sit on your blocks like so. That'll take enough pressure off your knees that sitting in this position works. Some people will just put up one block and just sit on the end of it. It depends on the style of block you have. If they're super squishy blocks, it's better to stack them like so. So this takes us to the end of our very gentle stretch. Sitting in your Thunderbolt Vajrasana or sitting in a supported Thunderbolt, you just bring your hands to your lap. You're going to lift up through your crown with a slight tuck to the chin. Breathing deeply through your nose. Exhale. Take an inventory of how your body feels and doing your best not to judge it. And then we'll bring our palms together. Our thumbs come to our heart center. This is the Anjali Mudra. We'll bow our heads. Take a moment to yourself to think of something in your life you're truly grateful for. And then bring your thumbs to your third eye. And together we say namaste. Namaste. Thank you very much. This is a great little stretch you can do whenever you're feeling tight or just need to chill out. It's better to move than to sit and sulk, as I prefer.